This, ladies and gentlemen, is the new BMW iX3, and it's significantly more important for the brand than any model which preceded it. Why? Well, it's the first series-produced Neue Klasse model which uses a new modular platform that completely overhauls BMW's EV and software strategy. Now, BMW's decision to revive the Neue Klasse name for its next generation electric vehicles is far more than a marketing exercise. The original Neue Klasse of the 1960s arrived at a pivotal moment for BMW, filling a crucial gap between the company's microcars and luxury models, whilst helping to secure its financial future. In 1962, the O2 sedan family redefined the segment with a blend of practicality, performance and understated design, laying the foundations for what would eventually become the BMW 3 and 5 series that we all know and love. Its success transformed BMW into a fast-growing global brand, establishing the sporty character that still defines the company today. That history explains why the Neue Klasse badge carries such weight in 2026. Just as the original cars reshaped BMW's identity and future direction, the new electric-era Neue Klasse models are intended to spearhead the brand's transition to sustainable mobility and support its ambition to become climate neutral across its value chain by 2050. Built around new EV technology, greater use of recycled materials and circular economy principles, the upcoming range represents BMW's most significant reset in decades. For the company, the new iX3 isn't simply another electric SUV, it's the modern embodiment of a range that once revolutionised BMW and is now expected to do the same again. So forgive me if I'm a little excited by this car, because practically everything about it is new, yet it is also more BMW than ever. We've got the mid-level M Sport trim with the biggest engine priced from just over £63,000, but our test car has over £11,000 worth of extras. They are available from just over £53,000 or just over £787 a month. One of the biggest talking points of the new iX3 is its completely fresh design language. Not surprising really, given major leaps in technology often bring major changes in styling. And that's exactly what's happened here. Around the front, the new iX3 introduces a fresh interpretation of BMW's design language. The vertically arranged kidney grille, whilst a bit love or hate, actually takes inspiration from the classic Neue Klasse models, whilst a completely new lighting signature replaces much of the visual role traditionally played by chrome trim. In profile, large body panels are interrupted by only a handful of crisp character lines with flush glass surfaces and door handles, helping to achieve an impressive drag coefficient of just 0.24. While the familiar BMW X model style body-coloured wheel arches with subtly squared off contours help to give it a robust look. At the rear, slim taillights that extend well into the centre represent a horizontal interpretation of BMW's signature L shape, which also lend it a really distinctive look at night. It's worth noting our test car has the £875 Ocean Wave Blue paint and 22-inch bi-colour wheels that cost £2,100. Shame they hide the M Sport brakes with dark blue calipers that are standard with this car. This cleaner, more modern appearance is expected to form the blueprint for future Neue Klasse-based BMW EVs. It's still every bit the practical family SUV though. Measuring 4.78 metres long, it combines generous interior space, clever storage solutions and 520 litres of boot space, plus an additional 58-litre storage compartment under the bonnet, handy for your cables, and a towing capacity of up to 2,000 kilograms with the optional £1,025 tow bar. Step inside the new iX3 and it is immediately clear this isn't just an evolution of BMW's current interiors, it is a complete rethink. The overall design is more minimalist than previous SUVs from BMW, but soft-touch materials, ambient lighting and textile finishes help to prevent it from feeling cold or overly clinical. And despite the simplified layout, BMW has retained the driver-focused cockpit philosophy that has long defined the brand. A major contributor to the sensor space is the Neue Klasse platform itself. Designed from the ground up for EVs, it allows for impressive passenger accommodation across all 5 seats. The dashboard is dominated by a new floating instrument panel that extends seamlessly into the door trims, creating a wraparound effect throughout the cabin. Traditional layers of buttons and switches have been replaced with clean surfaces and integrated digital interfaces. One of the most significant innovations is BMW's new Panoramic iDrive system, powered by the all-new BMW operating system X, and represents one of the biggest changes to the company's cockpit philosophy since the original iDrive controller debuted more than 2 decades ago. Staying true to its long-standing principle of keeping the driver's hands on the wheel and eyes on the road, the result is a completely reimagined driver interface built around 4 key elements. The centerpiece is BMW Panoramic Vision, a full-width display projected across the base of the windscreen from A-pillar to A-pillar. Unlike traditional instrument clusters, information is spread across the entire lower windscreen, allowing key driving data to remain within your natural field of view, whilst giving passengers access to additional content. Rather than simply replacing analog instruments with another screen, BMW has fundamentally reconsidered where information should be displayed and how drivers interact with it. I genuinely think this is one of the most intuitive implementations of in-car technology on the market. Complementing the Panoramic Vision display is a newly designed central touchscreen positioned closer to the driver. The display incorporates BMW's latest Quick Select interface, providing faster access to frequently used functions through customizable widgets and simplified menu structures. It is considerably easier to navigate than previous generations of BMW's infotainment software. For drivers opting for the available 3D head-up display, navigation guidance, driver assistance graphics and vehicle information can also be projected directly into the driver's line of sight with enhanced depth effects. Importantly, BMW hasn't abandoned physical controls altogether. The iX3 retains dedicated controls for essential functions such as indicators, wipers, mirror adjustments, audio volume, hazard lights and parking functions. The steering wheel itself, despite being an odd shape, does play a much larger role in the user experience. Featuring illuminated controls, textured surfaces and haptic feedback, it's designed to allow drivers to operate many vehicle functions through touch alone. BMW described the interaction as symbiotic, with the controls subtly lighting up when relevant functions become available. Voice control has also received a substantial upgrade. The latest BMW Intelligent Personal Assistant introduces new voice options, improved conversational capabilities, and proactive suggestions based on driver habits. Navigation has also been enhanced with improved EV-specific route planning. BMW Maps can now calculate charging-optimized routes more intelligently, taking battery status, charging speed, traffic conditions, and destination requirements into account. Information is displayed across multiple screens simultaneously, helping drivers to understand charging stops and energy consumption without becoming overwhelmed by data. Entertainment options have expanded significantly too, with access to streaming services, video platforms, gaming through Air Console, and video conferencing via Zoom while parked or charging. Not that you have loads of time to kill, given how quickly this now charges. The digital experience extends beyond the displays themselves though. The new My Mode allows drivers to tailor the atmosphere of the cabin through lighting, graphics and sound, while the BMW Hypersun X soundscape introduces a completely new collection of driving sounds developed specifically for the Neue Klasse generation of EVs. The front seats with extensive adjustment options are a lot thinner in design and superbly comfortable over long distances, whilst in the rear, BMW has opted for a sofa-like bench design to maximise usable space. Material quality remains a key focus. BMW offers a range of sustainable upholstery options alongside higher-end BMW individual specifications featuring Murano leather combinations. We've got the M Sport model, which features specially designed seats and steering wheel. Our test car is also equipped with the optional £950 iconic glow package, meaning the car greets you with a choreographed sequence of light and sound, as well as a load of other equipment which I will display on the screen for you now, as it's rather a lot to rattle through. Underneath, the new iX3 introduces what could be the most important development in BMW's electric vehicle programme to date. Its 6th generation eDrive technology. BMW isn't simply fitting bigger batteries or more powerful motors. Instead, it has redesigned virtually every single component in the electric drivetrain with the goal of improving efficiency, increasing range, reducing weight and lowering production costs. And to put that into numbers, the new system delivers 40% lower energy losses, a 10% reduction in weight and 20% lower manufacturing costs compared with the previous generation of BMW EV technology. We have the iX3 50 xDrive M Sport, where power comes from a dual motor all-wheel drive setup, producing 469 brake horsepower alongside 475 pound-foot of torque. That's enough to propel this SUV from 0 to 62 in just 4.9 seconds before reaching a top speed of 130 miles per hour. Meanwhile, the BMW iX3 40 is powered by a single rear-mounted motor, producing 320 brake horsepower and 369 pound-foot of torque, achieving the same sprint in 5.9 seconds before topping out at 124 miles per hour. Now, the drivetrain itself is particularly interesting. At the rear sits BMW's latest electrically excited synchronous motor, or EESM, which has become a signature feature of the brand's EVs. Unlike many competitors that rely on permanent magnets containing rare earth materials, BMW's motor design uses an electrically generated magnetic field. The company says this allows for precise control of power delivery and improved efficiency under varying driving conditions. At the front, BMW has introduced a newly developed asynchronous motor. Now, this motor remains inactive when extra traction or performance isn't required, helping reduce energy consumption during everyday driving. When additional grip or power is needed, it engages seamlessly to provide all-wheel drive capability. This combination of rear-biased performance, which of course is what BMW is famed for, and intelligent front axle assistance means it has significant advantage over many rival dual motor systems, which often carry a greater efficiency penalty during normal driving. Now, for decades, BMW has built its reputation on delivering cars that feel connected to drive. But with electric vehicles producing instant torque, regen braking and increasingly complex driver assistance systems, maintaining that characteristic BMW feel has become more challenging. The heart of joy is BMW's answer. Essentially, it's a powerful central computer that controls the drivetrain, steering, braking and energy recuperation systems simultaneously. And the result is that the Neue Klasse iX3 drives less like a typical electric SUV and more like a modern interpretation of BMW's classic sports SUV formula. And the technical explanation is that rather than having multiple separate control units managing different functions, the iX3 brings them together into a single high-speed processor that BMW says is up to 10 times faster than previous systems. The goal isn't simply faster performance, it's creating a more natural and predictable driving experience. Working alongside BMW's in-house dynamic performance control software, the system constantly coordinates power delivery, steering response, braking and traction management in real time. Every input from the accelerator, brake pedal and steering wheel is processed as part of a single system rather than a collection of individual components. The steering feels unusually precise and natural for an EV, with a strong sense of front-end grip and confidence when placing the car through corners. And the system does a really good job of disguising its weight with quick responses, excellent body control, and remarkably smooth transitions between acceleration, regeneration, and braking. It feels composed and balanced on the twisty roads, and motorway cruising is exceptionally quiet and comfortable. The only mild criticism I'd make is that it leans more towards effortless competence rather than aggressive excitement. And that's probably because I did expect a sharper edge to it. But that said, rather than the feeling of heavy crossover loaded with technology, the Neue Klasse comes across as a polished, confidence-inspiring BMW first and an electric vehicle second. And that's what we all want from an EV, right? The system also plays a major role in efficiency. BMW claims that up to 98% of everyday braking can be handled entirely through regenerative braking, recovering energy without using the conventional friction brakes. Yet, you still get to experience a natural, smooth brake pedal feel, but the vehicle is continuously maximising energy recovery in the background. And that's probably down to what BMW call soft stop. Anyone who's driven an EV will know that some regen braking systems can result in awkward or jerky final stops. This new software aims to deliver the smoothest stopping behaviour ever fitted to one of its vehicles. And I have to say, they appear to have got it bang on. Beyond driving dynamics, the iX3 introduces a completely new electronic architecture built around 4 high-performance computers, or what BMW refers to as super brains. Now, we've covered off the first one, Heart of Joy, which is the dedicated driving dynamics and powertrain computer. Then we have the second major super brain, which integrates all driver assistance features and automated driving. BMW says it delivers 20 times the processing power of previous systems, enabling more advanced safety and convenience features. The company's new symbiotic drive philosophy aims to make these systems feel less intrusive and more collaborative. Rather than immediately disengaging when the driver intervenes, assistance systems continue working alongside the driver wherever appropriate. For example, adaptive cruise control won't automatically switch off with a light tap of the brake pedal, and lane keeping assistance can remain active even after minor steering corrections. The available motorway assistant further expands hands-free driving capability, allowing extended hands-off operation on compatible roads whilst continuously monitoring the driver's attention. In urban environments, the new City Assistant can recognise traffic lights, automatically stop when required and move away again when traffic conditions permit. Then we have the aforementioned infotainment, Superbrain number 3, and lastly, core vehicle functions, Superbrain number 4, which manages basic behind-the-scenes comfort features like climate control, lighting, vehicle access and over-the-air updates. Arguably, the biggest story lies beneath the floor. The new iX3 debuts BMW's next-generation battery architecture, featuring cylindrical battery cells rather than prismatic cells as used in previous models. Similar in concept to designs used by several leading EV manufacturers, these cells offer significantly higher energy density, allowing more energy to be stored within a similar physical footprint. BMW says energy density has increased by around 20% compared with its previous generation batteries. More importantly, the company has adopted a cell-to-pack design, integrating the cells directly into the battery structure rather than grouping them together in separate modules. This reduces complexity, lowers weight, and improves packaging efficiency. The battery itself also becomes part of the vehicle's structure through what BMW calls a pack-to-open body architecture. In simple terms, the battery contributes to the rigidity of the vehicle rather than acting as a standalone component bolted underneath it. The result is a usable battery capacity of 108.7 kilowatt hours used in the higher end models and an official WLTP driving range of between 420 and 469 miles. Now, while real-world figures are inevitably lower, the iX3 is still one of the longest range electric SUVs in its class. The entry-level iX3 40 trim is equipped with the lighter, smaller 82.6 kilowatt-hour battery, but it still offers a substantial WLTP range of up to 395 miles. Charging performance sees a substantial leap forward too. The Neue Klasse platform introduces an 800-volt electrical architecture, so at a maximum charging rate of 400 kilowatts, granted, you don't see many of those on the road, you will get up to 231 miles of range in just 10 minutes. A 10 to 80% recharge will take 21 minutes. With vehicle to load, vehicle to home and vehicle to grid, the iX3 can also be used as an energy supply source for a variety of applications, with owners able to earn some money in the process with the latter application. It's also worth noting BMW's new Wallbox Professional supports bi-directional charging at home or work, whilst BMW Charging can optimise charging around electricity tariffs or available solar power. An AI-powered charging flap can automatically open when it detects you're about to plug in, adding a touch of convenience too. Whilst previous generations often focused on mechanical engineering as the defining characteristics of a BMW, the Neue Klasse era places software and computing power at the centre of the driving experience. But has all of this technology enhanced what we expect from the brand, or does it distract? The new BMW iX3 represents a huge leap forward in development over its predecessor of the same name. The advances made in terms of design and technology makes it feel like a complete vehicle generation has been skipped, and even more exciting is that it will shape the brand's entire model range moving forwards. The technologies of the Neue Klasse will be incorporated into a total of 40 new models and model updates between now and 2027, and that makes me very excited for the future of BMW. So how does it stack up against direct competitors in terms of performance, price and luxury? Well, there is the Audi Q6 e-tron, a well-rounded family hauler. Porsche Macan, which aims squarely at driving enthusiasts. Mercedes-Benz GLC EQ for those who favour refinement over outright sporty dynamics. The Volvo EX60, which challenges the iX3 with a competitive range, and the slightly cheaper Tesla Model Y, the biggest selling, more utilitarian alternative. The BMW iX3 stands out for being the benchmark for the next generation of premium EVs. Whilst it's very comfort orientated, even in sport mode, meaning it's not the most overly exciting EV on sale, it is arguably one of the most polished. It should also be praised for its exceptional battery efficiency and massive real-world driving range. Plus, it undercuts some of the more expensive German rivals. For me, I would take the BMW iX3. And on a day like this, the hottest day of the year no less, with our solar panels and Tesla battery pack, imagine the cash I could be earning. Certainly a lot more than this YouTube channel does. So if you could subscribe, that'd be great.